Thanks again for tuning in with BuiltJ. Today we were going to be working on the Jeep Commander and replacing the rear shock absorbers. Let me get in under here and you'll see exactly why I'm going to be replacing these old ones and swapping in new ones. So you can see they're clearly leaking. It's got the Chrysler symbol on there so you can tell that it is stock. I don't know if you guys could see that. Let's see really quick. Good old Chrysler symbol right there. So that is clear that these are stock shocks, and with the lift kit you definitely want to go with some lifted shocks. So that one is clearly leaking, and it's actually squeaking and making noise every time I hit over a bump, and it's sagging on the driver's side. We'll go ahead and take a look at the other side. And you'll notice that it's also leaking on this side as well. And this is also the same Chrysler manufactured part for the Jeeps. So you can see that it's all filled with liquid and dirt and grease and everything. So we're going to go ahead and replace those. There's going to be that bottom bolt there, and then there's going to be a bolt up top. I'll go ahead and I'll show you that now. Okay. So you have your top bolt right there. So there's only 2 bolts. It's a very quick and easy process. So I will go ahead and I'll jump right into it and fast forward the removal, and then we'll go through the install. Okay, so now you're going to be removing the 15mm bolt, which is behind your rear tire. If you have an impact, go ahead and break it loose. If you don't, grab your breaker bar and a long extension like so, and go ahead and break that loose, and then you can take it out with a hand tool. Alright, now do the other side. Okay, now go ahead and remove the bottom bolt. That is also a 15mm bolt. Grab your pry bar like this and go ahead and pry it out from behind. It should come right out. Try it from below. And now that it's loose, go ahead and remove it from under the vehicle. Alright guys, here's a quick tip on how to tell if your shocks are good or bad. And let me show you a quick way on how to do that. I mean, clearly a visual inspection will do the trick, but double check and to make sure 100% that the shock is bad, you want to go ahead and perform this test, which I'll show you right now. Alright, so first off, the old one is leaking, so we're going to assume that that one is bad. So let's go ahead and figure that out 100%. So if yours is leaking like mine, grab a rag and you're just going to want to apply pressure downwards, and the shock should give you a slightest amount of tension, not too much. and it should push back. Once you let go of all your weight or tension downwards, once you let go of that, the strut should bounce back on you. The strut should not collapse and stay down. You need that tension to keep the vehicle upwards and not sagging. So let me go ahead and do that now. There you have it. See, now it's slowly coming back out, but this is a bad one. It still works, but it's on its way out. Once all that liquid comes out of the strut, it is no good. But you can see it slowly making its way back out. So now the new strut, I'll go ahead and I'll apply down pressure. It's a little bit harder. But once I let go, that shock comes right back out quick to spec or stock spec on this. But that's how you quickly and efficiently check if your shock is blown. You can see that one's still coming back when this one did it very quickly. But that's one way to check your shocks. If they collapse and they stay collapsed or take a long amount of time to expand again, then your strut or shock is probably bad. All right, let's get back to it. Another thing I wanted to mention, the orientation of the shock. It'll tell you right there, top. So the arrow, the shock, this is going to go to the top mount, which sits above the rear tire and connects to the frame of the vehicle. So let's do that now. Okay, so now that I'm underneath the vehicle, I'll go ahead and I'll install the bottom bolt first, and you can see that it still has the packaging strip still attached to the shock. It's going to make it a little easier for me to install it. So I put the bottom half on, and then I'll cut that and let it expand to the top. Let's see if I can get a good view here. So the shock is going to go in its home position, which is, see that hole up there? Right there. So it'll expand, and then I'll get my bolt and then put that into place. So let me do that. Okay, so now that you have the top lined up, go ahead and torque that down, both the top bolt and the bottom bolt, and move on to the next step. Go ahead and remove the old shock and repeat the process. Alright, so we have the passenger side installed and the driver side installed. And that is it. That is how you install your rear shocks on your Jeep Commander. Thanks for tuning in and learning with J Built and BuiltJ. And that is it for today. If you liked the video and found it helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And thanks again, and you guys have a good day. And keep working hard.